If you just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. GMS fam, the green room. Let's start this weekend off right. Hey, yo, GMS fam, the green room. Happy Friday. We are back to the weekend. And as usual, you know we start out every podcast with peace, love, positive energy, good vibes, passing it forward, hoping that you pass it along as well. GMS fam, we are here to have another episode of the GMS show. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. Shout out to Quick Stanfield, Smiley Smile, Arias, Baby G, Richie, Rock, Movie Review, C-Mo, Broadway, Joe Club, Glittery Bubbles, Shake, La Bamba. What's going on, GMS fam? How y'all feeling? First and foremost, if you are just now tuning in, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Follow me on my socials. I'll follow everybody back. Hit the Cash App today if you are feeling most generous. Now let's get started, man. I got to talk about this, man. I have to speak on it because once again, we are being introduced to another piece of murder porn in society. This is one of many Jeffrey Dahmer biopics, series, movies, whatever type of cinema they want to put out about this guy. And I have not been interested in neither one of these entities. But of course, Netflix, being the big platform that it is, they're the type to, push this shit in our faces and make sure that we pay attention to this somehow or get infatuated with it somehow. Somehow, some way, drawing people or the new generation to some heinous, evil, demonic bullshit. So here we are. They put it out. I'm like, man, what the fuck? Get this shit out of here, man. Why the fuck do we keep having to talk about this guy? We know what he did. We know what happened. Matter of fact, why haven't they put out a movie on Christopher Scarver? Y'all know who that is? Let me know if y'all know who Christopher Scarver is. If you don't know who Christopher Scarver is, that means that they're doing a horrible job at telling this story the right way. Christopher Scarver is the man that beat Jeffrey Dahmer to death while in prison. Can we get a hand clap in the chat for that? Shout out to him. Kudos to him. Where's his movie? Where's his biopic? Where's his series? Where is even a short 5-episode series of the days leading up to him beating the shit out of Jeffrey Dahmer till his life was gone? Where's that? I digress a little bit. We'll talk about Christopher Scarver in a minute. Now, we have the new Jeffrey Dahmer biopic. And this is what it is. Dahmer, Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story. This is like, and then they, first of all, they got a very talented actor to play this role. Evan Peters, that's his name. You've probably seen him on American Horror Story. He does a great job on that series as well. But once again, and this is another thing, man, there's like this thing when you play a certain role well that they'll try to like not necessarily typecast you. I mean, they'll typecast you, but they'll try to keep you in these dark, evil places. And people got to understand, when you're really great at acting, you have to tap in to a certain realm. You have to tap into somebody's personality. You have to embody who that person is regardless of your role. And he had to embody a serial killing, rapist, dismembering cannibal. And the first things that I've heard in the first, like I'm talking about the first reviews and the first comments that I heard about this was people having a problem with the type of personality he portrayed in this series. Not even realizing that people were trying to protect the image of somebody like Jeffrey Dahmer. People talking about why do they have him being creepy and weird and awkward? Dahmer was this guy. He was nice. He was charming and he was easygoing and fuck how they portray him. He was a serial killing, rapist, racist motherfucker. Why do we care about the image of Jeffrey Dahmer? I don't know. I don't fucking know. But if you want me to explain a little bit further, let me click out of Wikipedia so they don't try to get me fucked up out here, but I'll just read it. If you want me to elaborate a little bit more as to why I don't give a fuck about how they portray somebody like Jeffrey Dahmer, let me remind you. He is a serial killer and a sex offender who committed the murder and dismemberment of 17 men and boys between 1978 and 1991. Many of his later murders involved necrophilia, cannibalism, and the permanent preservation of body parts, typically all or part of the skeleton. He was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder or schizotypical personality disorder and a psychotic disorder. Dahmer was found to be legally sane, though, at his trial. He was convicted of 15 of the 16 murders he had committed in Wisconsin. It was sentenced to 15 terms of life imprisonment on February 17, 1992. Dahmer was later sentenced to a 16th term of life imprisonment for an additional homicide committed in Ohio. I mean, why not explain to y'all what type of person this is again? They want to keep pushing this shit in front of y'all. And this is what I did, because I'm always the person to not just hate on shit off the bat or just not, I mean, especially when it's a TV show. It's not like I'm actually watching Jeffrey Dahmer, tapes or him explaining himself or doing interviews and shit like they did. That's the one thing that fucked me up. I wish I could play that. But I want to say this real quick. I watched an interview with him and I didn't even get through the first minute of it because the interviewer was damn near giving this man props and stroking this man's ego. In the way that they portrayed this man, like, you would have thought these people actually felt bad for him. And guess what? There were people that did feel bad for him. People were saying that the system failed him. His parents failed him. The fuck are you talking about? The system has failed a lot of young kids. The people's parents have failed them forever. It does not make an excuse to fucking eat people. I'm sorry. That's the only thing I'm sorry about is not understanding that bullshit. But they wanted him to be portrayed a certain way. They wanted him to look a certain way. And when I tried to first try to watch this shit, I watched the first episode, and I decided I wasn't gonna be able to watch the rest because, for one, they took and I guess I could understand the nuance behind, you know, showing how he was like getting close to his victims and all types of shit. But that scene with him and the black man that ended up actually getting away and getting Dahmer locked up, that was too long of a fucking scene. That was too long of weird, rapey activity. And what fucks me up about this whole thing is how they they're low-key idolizing this man who did most of his murders to black people. I feel like they're idolizing this man. The way that I see them doing this shit, it even goes all the way down to who they have acting. But you want to know what I want to talk about? It made me think. So I'm like, why does America love Jeffrey Dahmer so much? What is it about Jeffrey Dahmer that has people so fixated on his life and his story and the things that he's done? Even so much so going back to look up the Polaroids that he had in his house of dismembered bodies. What makes people want to do this? So I was thinking about this shit. I'm like, yo, this place is real. Like, it's really evil. Like this place is like not just America, but the world in general. Like, there's too much evil. Too much evil. And you go back to how this place was built, America specifically, it was built on the backs of slaves, but the foundation was based off evil. It was based off demonic shit, torture, rape, murder, pillaging, all this shit. This is what the foundation of this place is. So if you want to know the fixation of America's love for Jeffrey Dahmer, all you have to look at is the foundation of this country. It's a human trait. See, I know it'll be easy to go to, you know, because white people and this and that. But you can also make the argument that the same reason white people love and admire and adore Jeffrey Dahmer is the same way black people adore the gangster shit, the guns and the criminal activity of shit going around in our community. Why do we love that so much? And I'm not saying we as in me, but I'm saying as a people. Why is there a section? Why is there a group of people in our community that is fixated on that type of shit? Because the foundation of this place is built off evil. This is human trait. Let me say this. If we didn't have structure, if we didn't have rules, if we didn't have any type of regulation, do you know how fucking insane this world would be? We wouldn't be as nearly technically advanced as we would. We wouldn't be as verbally advanced as we would. We wouldn't have no sense of compassion or empathy. It'll be every animal for themselves. What up, AP? What up, Binky? I see y'all. What up, Marcus Speaks? Truest B-Boy said, look up The Delectable Negro. There's a whole book about eating black people flesh. Yeah, that shit's crazy. I've heard of that, but I gotta look that up. Binky said, violent stories have always been a thing. I remember a very major network having a version of the Amy Fisher and Joey Buttafuoco story. That's a crazy last name to type out. How did you type that out? That would have fucked me up. That would have had my whole autocorrect spell out butt fucking or some shit. Buttafuoco. AP said, a lot of people blame the victims because we all think we would never put ourselves in those predicaments. Exactly. And then when you think about how he was like luring these people in, first and foremost, man, we got to think about the time we were in too. Like in that time, it wasn't acceptable in the slightest to be gay, especially being a black gay man. What that did was had people hiding from themselves while getting traumatized by Jeffrey Dahmer. The guy that got away claimed, and I saw his testimony, he claimed that he wasn't gay at all. When the guy asked him, were you homosexual? He was like, no, not at all. But here's the thing. If I am straight, and I'm not trying to blame the victim, I'm not trying to do any of that, but I'm just trying to hop into the mind of somebody in this situation. The thing about that situation is I'm not going to go and offer myself or volunteer myself to go take naked pictures with a random man I just met at a bar if I'm not gay or gay at the slightest. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that part, that was like, that's a whole other mental gymnastics that we could talk about in that sense. But in retrospect, I thank God that man got away. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people didn't. And literally, he luckily enough, he escaped and was able to get him locked up. The other thing that fucked me up was them depicting the lady down the hall from his house as somebody who was like timid or scared to say something, even though we know that his neighbor, the black neighbor that he had, the black woman that was living next to him, was calling the police and informing law enforcement about this guy, or informing people about what she smelled or what she witnessed, and nobody took it seriously until somebody almost died and had to escape and find help. Art Stark said, GMS, some people do things for the money. Yeah. And he claimed that he was offering $100. My question to you is, would you accept $100 to take naked photos for a man that you don't even know is a fucking photographer? He's just somebody who came up to you and said, hey, here's an opportunity to make some money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would be more, even if I needed money at the time, there's certain things that I would and wouldn't do for the money. You know what I'm saying? And that's just me. That's just me. I can't speak for anybody else, because clearly, that man went and did it and tried to take advantage of an opportunity, but it was something that he didn't know was going to happen to him. Now, I gotta play this, man, because this shit makes me irritated at the fact that people are still, and it's the business. It's corporate money. It's what they do. They don't give a fuck about the victims or the traumatized families, or re-traumatizing people and their loved ones. The dollar is bigger than anything. This clip right here alone would have never had me participate in this shit. And that's just me.
I don't even need a microphone. My name is Rita Isbell.
No, ma'am. You'll address the court from...
My name is Rita Isbell, and I'm the oldest sister of Errol Lindsay. Whatever your name is, Satan. I'm mad. This is how you act when you are out of control. I don't want to ever see my mother have to go through this again. Never, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, I hate you, mother. I hate you. Something's out of control. Don't Jeffrey, I kill you. Look at me, motherfucker. I can kill you.
Watch your race, huh?
I can kill you. You don't have to look.
That alone. Why would I want to participate in this shit for $1? I wouldn't. You want to know what else is fucked up? And it's not just a Netflix thing. This didn't just start with Netflix. This has been going on forever. Everybody's had discrepancies with biopics coming out because legally, because this is public and because of the story and because of what it is, they don't have to inform the family. They don't have to go and talk to the family or try to help the families grieve or help them with their traumatic or with their trauma. Instead, they'll just sensationalize the person that gruesomely murdered their family members, or the one that got away, or the ones that almost got. These are people that are living a real life every single day. And people finding out about these new biopics and these new documentaries and movies when everybody else finds out, when it drops, or when the preview comes out, or when the announcement happens. Using people's likeness, using people's names and all that type of shit for $1, not because you're trying to help them, not because you're trying to even compensate them, which is the least you can do. But you get all the profits, you get all the viewership, you get all the clout and everything from displaying other people's trauma. Fuck Netflix. To be honest, you know who I give a fuck about? Cause I'm not finna be here long, man. I'm not finna be here long with y'all. You know we got 3 Gs tonight. Make sure y'all pull up for that at 8 o'clock. You know who I want to talk about? I want to talk about Christopher Scarver. That's somebody who needs the light put on him. That's somebody who needs a biopic. That's somebody who needs a Netflix series. Christopher Scarver is an American convicted murderer known for his fatal assault on serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer and murderer Jesse Anderson at the Columbia Correctional Institute in 1994. Scarver used a 20-inch 51 centimeter metal bar, which he had removed from a piece of exercise equipment in the prison weight room, to beat and mortally wound Dahmer and Anderson. Scarver was sentenced to 2 further life sentences for the killings. That man said, I am going to spend the rest of my life in prison to get vengeance for those who senselessly lost their life. I have nothing, absolutely nothing bad to say about that guy. Can I read this for you real quick? Can I describe to you how this man did this? It said, on the morning of November 28, 1994, Scarver was assigned to a work detail with 2 other inmates, Jesse Anderson, serving time for the murder of his wife, and cannibalistic serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer. The detail included him cleaning the prison gymnasium toilet. When corrections officers left the 3 unsupervised, Scarver beat the 2 men with a 20-inch 51 centimeter bar that he had removed from a piece of exercise equipment in the prison weight room. He returned to his cell and informed a prison guard that God told me to do it. Jesse Anderson and Jeffrey Dahmer are dead. Shit. Both men were mortally wounded following the beatings. Dahmer was declared dead an hour after arriving at the hospital, and Anderson died 2 days later after doctors removed him from life support. After being found competent, enough to stand trial. Scarver received 2 more life sentences for Dahmer and Anderson's murders. It is believed that Scarver murdered Dahmer and Anderson, who were both white, because of Dahmer's murders of black males and because Anderson had stabbed his wife to death and attempted to frame 2 black males as the perpetrator of the attack. He tried to go full racial unaccountability on this motherfucker. He wouldn't blame 2 black dudes. He said, hey, I seen 2 Negroes run down the street there. This nigga's hands had blood on them. They said, nope, I'm sorry. If they didn't have blood on you, we probably believe you, but you have blood all over you. We got to take you in. Scarver was quoted as saying, nothing white people do to blacks is just. Let me say that again. Scarver, who murdered Jeffrey Dahmer, was quoted saying, nothing white people do to blacks is just. Hey, man. Shout out to Scarver. Shout out to Christopher Scarver. I have nothing bad to say about that man. But this fixation that we have for serial killers and evil, demonic individuals here in this country is a problem. And we can go to race, we can go to all types of shit, conspiracy theories, but the fact of the matter is that the foundation of this country is built off evil. This is ingrained in people's DNA now. This is what we know. Every day. See, this is the thing. This is what I mean by what I said earlier about if we didn't have any structure or any rules or anything like that. People will be wild animals. You gotta remember, we are fighting every day to maintain peace, empathy, respect, love, positive. We are fighting to maintain good traits in us as animalistic beings. Why do you think something like The Purge is popular? Not because people are like, oh, this is a cool concept. It's because there are people out here who will really be down for a fucking purge. And my guy, quick, I was saying earlier, I see your comment. He said, it's only white people. Ain't no niggas big up in no damn serial killers. That's cool. But there's no difference between niggas big up in the motherfucker on the block that's out here killing other black men. Or big up in the artist that's out here in their songs talking about killing other black men or subjecting themselves to the same stereotypes that continue to bring us under. It's all evil. White people have their shit they infatuated with. Black people have their shit they infatuated with. When it comes to that evil shit, that is not something that we should hold on to or maintain as a people. So I'm glad Jeffrey Dahmer got his karma. It wasn't enough. I feel like he should have been dismembered a little bit. I feel like Christopher should have took a pinky off or some shit. But but still, I want us to get the reason why I did this is because I want us to get away from that mindset. I want us to not pay attention to the cannibalistic serial killing entities of the world and the foul, evil, demonic beings of this world. I want us to step away from that. I know that we are a better people. That's right. America makes evil cool, bro. And then, like I said, wonder why people are out here committing mass murders and all this other shit. We can blame it on mental health. We can say these people are crazy, but the fact of the matter is we are fucking humans, and our animalistic side will take over at some point if we don't know how to manage it or maintain it through our lifetime. We always have to remember that we are human. Yes, we are black. We, us here, but we are humans. We have to be in control of our mindset, in control of our destiny, in control of everything, or we will lose it. I don't know what the fuck that man was going through. Jeffrey Dahmer was on some other shit. But I know I got some same motherfuckers here in this chat. And if I'm able to push a type of message of positivity and keep our minds on track and not let us fall into the bullshit that they feed us, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that for sure. Now, like I said, man, I wasn't gonna hold y'all long. I wasn't gonna hold y'all long at all. I do gotta say one thing though. GMS fam, the Green Room, I really appreciate y'all for pulling up on me. I want y'all to continue to do so every week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. All right? Make sure y'all do that. Also, if you fuck with the show today, if you like the shorter show today, please hit that like button on your way out. Follow me on my socials. I'll follow everybody back. Hit me on my Cash App today if you are feeling generous. You will really help and support the GMS show in that way. Put a GMS in the comments. Also, I want to see y'all at the end of this motherfucker, man. When the live is over, put a comment in the comment section below. Really show your love. It don't take much at all. It don't take much at all, but getting out of this live, coming back, and leaving a comment, man. That's all you got to do. Leave a comment. Say what's up. Put a dot. I don't give a fuck. Leave a comment in that comment section, and I'm going to see y'all there after the show is over. I appreciate y'all, GMS fam. Where y'all at, baby? Let's get it. GMS fam, the Green Room. Where y'all at? I see you, Trey 979, Aries, Baby G, Bianca, Binky Bianca to be exact. Glittery Bubbles in the building. Will Stumbling in the building. The Sheriff is in the building. Quick Stanfield in the building. Shout out my FBA brother. A-Hop 1 in the building. Y'all know what it is. Spark something. It's the weekend, man. I know y'all been working hard. I know y'all been doing what y'all have to do. Maintaining your life. Taking care of your family. Getting to better days every single day. Shout out my guy Zen Master. 3 G's is tonight, Quick Stanfield. 3 G's. Make sure y'all go and tune in, man. 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock tonight, 3 G's. Go subscribe to the 3 G's podcast. You know what it is. I'm going to see y'all tonight. Blessings on blessings. I'm going to smoke this one for y'all. About to go eat some pasta and breadsticks. Courtesy of the fiance. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you lovely kings and queens tonight. GMS fam, the Green Room. We out.